Here are 5 designer fragrances that will make you smell like a refined and well put together gent. Gents, we have these occasions in life when we need to smell refined and well put together. Maybe we're going to an event or a special occasion, or maybe we just want to smell gentlemanly. As opposed to sometimes we want to smell fun and a little bit playful, maybe sexy, maybe go for some compliments, but sometimes we don't need any of that. We just want to smell refined. You can spend a lot of money on some niche fragrances to get this effect, but there are plenty of more affordable designer fragrances. So in this video, I'm going to be focusing on designers. I will do a niche edition of this gentlemanly video, but for now, it's designers. The first one is a modern men's classic. I'm sure many of you have smelled this, and if you haven't, then I think it's time that you should. From Hermes, this is TWEED Hermes. Just turn the bottle around the right way. This sort of smell has become a smell that is associated with a clean gentleman. This has citruses in, there's some woody vetiver giving it some depth, there's some firepower, it's a strong fragrance, it's a gent's fragrance. It's been around for 20 years at this point, this fragrance, but it doesn't smell dated, it still smells like the more modern gentleman, not the vintage sort of gentleman. I've got another fragrance that will do that for you, but if you want to smell clean and crisp and refined and modern, then TWEED Hermes I think is still a great choice. For a fragrance that is quite dominant in its citruses, mainly orange in this one, there's a good weight and gravitas to this fragrance, which is why I think this works so well for gents. There's a depth to it, there's a bit of complexity, but it's still uncomplicated and mass appealing. Timeless modern elegance in a bottle. Give it a try if you haven't already. We go in slightly more on the vintage side of gentlemanly colognes now, but this is not a vintage fragrance, this is a relatively new release from Tom Ford, Beau de Jour. This is packed full of notes that we associate with classic gentleman's perfumery like lavender, oak moss, rosemary, mint, basil and patchouli. This is an unashamed nod to vintage masculine perfumery. This is like a shaving foam sort of scent. There's lavender, there's herbals. This is a barbershop fragrance, the smell that you would associate with an old school barbershop, and it's done really well. This is also a very strong fragrance. It's not trying to be anything that's modern. It's not trying to put a modern twist on it. This is just all out, all guns blazing, unabashedly an old school gentlemanly smell. It's clean, it's aromatic. I think it's a timeless sort of smell. It doesn't smell dated, even though it does smell sort of like a vintage men's fragrance. Put a nice suit on, put this fragrance on, you are gonna smell like one of the best smelling gents that has ever walked the face of the earth.
If you love fragrance as much as I do, head over to my online store luxparfum.co.uk. You'll find my favourite brands plus brands you can't find anywhere else in the UK. Link is in the description.
One of the quintessential clean, gentlemanly fragrances that has ever been created is from Dior, and it is Eau Sauvage. But then they released a slightly more modern version. The version I have is the 2012 release, so this one has the myrrh in. This is Eau Sauvage Parfum. It does have a little bit of that shaving foam, barbershop, lavender herbal smell, but certainly not to the same degree as the Tom Ford. Citruses and petitgrain give this one a clean scent profile, but there's some depth. In this particular version, it's coming from myrrh. Myrrh isn't in the most recent formulation of this, I think it's elemi instead, but it still smells very similar and you're going to get the same effect. This is a great choice if you want to have one foot firmly in the vintage men's gentlemanly sort of smell and then the other foot in a more modern gentlemanly sort of smell. This is an absolute masterpiece from Dior. A fairly modern masculine smell that we associate with men is Acqua di Gio. It's quite a few years old now, but still we associate it with a clean man's man. But I think this one adds even more gentle to the man. This is Acqua di Gio Elixir. You've got that clean, citrusy Acqua di Gio DNA that we all know and love, but this one adds some extra firepower to the fragrance, some more texture, more depth, and more attitude. This one has the combo of violet and leather in. If you know the combo of violet and leather in Dior's Fahrenheit, that gives this slightly gasoline sort of smell, and I think it comes across as very masculine. There's a similar sort of thing happening in this fragrance, not to the same degree. I wouldn't say this smells gasoline-y, but that violet leaf and leather I think adds a great depth and gravitas to the Acqua di Gio DNA. And that's what I'm looking for in a gent's scent. I don't just want clean, soapy, lovely citrus. I want something that has some depth, that has some heft. And this gives you the best of both worlds because you've got the depth and the heft, but up top you've got the clean, citrusy Acqua di Gio DNA. You could pretty much go with any version of Acqua di Gio in my opinion. In particular, the Parfum is another great one. But I feel not many people are talking about this elixir very much since its release, but I really love what they did with this. I think it gives me Acqua di Gio, but extra. This is one of my favorite all-time designer fragrances. It's another timeless, modern men's classic from Prada, L'Homme. A little bit of spice up top, black pepper and cardamom, and then at the heart of this fragrance we've got this lovely iris note. The iris in this is more of the, what we would say, lipsticky, makeup-y variety, but not to the same degree as you get in the Dior Homme. So if that's a bit too lipsticky and maybe feminine for some people, I don't think this one will be. It's clean, it's fresh, it's powdery, it's much airier than the Dior Homme line, and it's got a comforting quality to it. It's almost a familiar, comforting quality, maybe a little bit like freshly laundered clothes, but then obviously a lot more going on than just that. For all those reasons, I think this is very refined and very gentlemanly, but it's also very versatile. You could just wear this casually, but if you put this on with a freshly pressed suit, maybe a nice crisp, clean white shirt, you're gonna smell amazing wearing Prada L'Homme. If you don't own this, I'd definitely recommend going into a store, checking it out, see if it's a bit of you. If you don't have many fragrances, if you're starting out, if you found this video because you're not quite sure what to buy, this would be a scent that would do it all. As much as it is a very gentlemanly, well put together scent, I think if you don't have many and you want a fragrance that will do it all for you, the Swiss Army knife of fragrances, then go and sniff Prada L'Homme, because I think you'll probably love it. There you go, gents. There are 5 incredible 10 out of 10 designer fragrances that are gonna make you smell like the best gent you can be. But these are just my choices and recommendations. I would love to hear from you what designer fragrances you turn to when you want to smell like a well put together gent. Drop those down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, you know what to do. Hit like, it really helps. Subscribe if you haven't already. And gents, if you do all that, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.